82% of your clients will leave if they don't feel appreciated. Now with that statistic in mind, let me ask you one question. When's the last time you showed how thankful you are for those who come into your office? If it's been a while, I'm not calling you lazy. You have a lot on your plate between ensuring compliance, managing your claims, collecting on payment, and, above all, caring for your patients. What I am saying is that it's easy to get caught up in your day-to-day tasks and lose track of the things that fall outside of your responsibilities that I just listed. However, showing your patients that you appreciate them is now more important than it ever has been before, and that's because the healthcare industry is experiencing a generational shift. As both millennials and Generation Z patients get on their own health insurance, practices are finding that they want a different healthcare experience than their parents. Younger patients grew up in a world of constant feedback because of the internet and, more specifically, social media. Now at this point, I've made it clear that in order to retain your existing patients, you need to show them that you're thankful for their continued loyalty to your practice. But what are the easiest ways to do that? Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny from Tactics, and today I'm going to explain a few easy ways to show your patients that you appreciate them. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon right next to it so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. The majority of us love consistency, whether it's our daily routine or a weekly trip to the local watering hole with friends every Friday after work. We love consistent schedules. So why not add a little consistency for your patients as well? The first and most obvious way to show appreciation to your patients is to plan a monthly event at your practice. You don't have to do anything outrageous. You could offer food everyone enjoys, like bagels or pizza, to people who come in, even if it's not for an appointment. Obviously, doing something like that requires proper sanitation, but a small gesture of gratitude like this could go a long way for your patients. The second easy way to show patient appreciation is to host a giveaway. Giveaways are everywhere, and that's because they work so well. If you decide to go down this route, there are a few things you'll need to keep in mind. First, you'll need to have a prize that's actually worth it. If you were a dentist and you had a giveaway for a standard manual toothbrush you picked up at the dollar store across the street, do you really think many of your patients would be willing to enter? Probably not. So when you're picking your prize, ensure that it's actually somewhat valuable. Second, make sure it's not a hassle to enter the giveaway. The less you require to enter, the higher chance there is that your clients will want to participate in the first place. A third easy way to show your patients how grateful you are for their support for your practice is to send handwritten thank you letters. In a previous video, I mentioned that sending thank you letters has actual health benefits associated with them for both the writer and the reader. Now pairing that up with the sentimental value of a handwritten thank you letter has with it will not only surprise your patients, but it will also make them feel more valued. Next up, give out some swag. You wouldn't think that people would wear a t-shirt or a hat that has the name of their general practitioner on it, but surprisingly, they do. Especially if you give it to them for free. In fact, 80% of people like to receive promotional products, brand names, or advertising messages on them. So get some cool swag and hand it out to your patients for free when they walk into your doors for an appointment. Finally, establish a loyalty program. We all know of those punch cards you get after you go to your local cafe that says, buy 10 coffees and get the 11th free. These are the most basic type of loyalty programs out there, and they're a fun little thing to do. Now, establishing a similar loyalty program for your practice based on visits wouldn't make very much sense. But that doesn't mean you can't come up with something a little bit more creative. Instead of visits, maybe you base your loyalty program off of how long a patient has had a relationship with your practice. There are thousands of different loyalty programs you could establish for your healthcare practice, and they work. More than half of all consumers say they would consider doing more business with companies for loyalty rewards if they provide them. Showing your patients that you appreciate them doesn't have to be an arduous or overly difficult task. Sometimes even the smallest gesture could go a long way. Regardless of what you do, as long as you do something that shows that you're thankful for them, they'll find that it's easier to retain your patients across the board. If you'd like to learn more about different ways to show your patients that you appreciate them, reach out to Tactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. What are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.